Welcome back, new viewers and game bears. It is time for a new episode of something I haven't done in a while, that being the Pokemon Black Nuzlocke. And today we're right here in front of Nacrene City, as you see right over here. So before we begin this, let us do a quick team recap. We're right over here, since it's been a while since you guys have seen the team. I've done quite a lot of go-rounding off screen, as you know I enjoy doing. Let us start off with Balsef, the Pig Knight, with the moves, and holding a charcoal, with the moves Flame Charge, Arm Thrust, Ember, and Workup. We have Kisara, the Timber, with the moves Rock Throw, Focus Energy, Rock Smash, and Wake Up Slap, which she learned off screen. Next up we have Elise Ludus and the Purloin, which is one level away from evolving, with the attack Fury Swipes, Pursuit, Torment, and Fake Out, which will be very useful, especially if we do some double battles, but that isn't very prevalent in this game. Luger Kresnik, the Pansage, with the moves Leech also learned off screen, Rock Smash, Workup, and Vine Whip. Noish, the Lillipup with Leer Tackle, and Odor Sleuth, and finally, Rita Mordia with Tackle and Cut, whoop-de-doo. Pretty much my HM mule for this, at least for the early game. And if you're wondering where Hubert the P-Dove is, well, he's sitting in the daycare right now, just where I had Elise in the previous episode. So first up, why don't we evolve Elise first? We're gonna do a few things with Elise off here in the grass, real quick, so we can get our second evolution of the playthrough. So yes, let us begin. Right here in Pinwheel Forest, I already fought all the trainers here off screen, just to save time. Because it's just a bunch of random battles against just no-name Pokemon, that's kinda it. Alright, Elise, come out. Alright, Fake Out to flinch him. Alright, just get a little bit of that chip damage in there. And Pursuit should kill. Judging by how much that Fake Out did. Bye-bye. And Elise is now level 22. Alright, Elise is evolving. You might wonder why I overleveled so much. Well, I hate Lenora. Just hate that gym battle. I don't like her at all. And I'll go into more depth about that as to why later on, while we're, doing said gym battle. Alright, and we got ourselves a beautiful Leopard. Now, if only I had a U-turn, pivoting would be really, really good. But, yeah, we don't have access to that. Hello, Aaron, how are you doing today? It ain't that bad, but, I mean, we're all entitled to our own opinions. But anyways, now that we have Elise as a Leopard, I'm gonna have Kisara the Timber in the front over here for the gym battle, since she's very close to evolving as well. Yes, hello. Alright, this here museum, if you guys didn't already know, is the gym. And right over here, actually, is something quite useful that we can't use at this point in the game. It's the Pokemon research fossils. If you have a fossil, bring it to me. So, and then, just like in most other Pokemon games, she'll go right into that little room on the side to revive the fossil for you. Wow, whenever I look at this skeleton, I'm fascinated. I'm very good, thank you for asking. Welcome, I'm Haas, the assistant director. Since you were kind enough to visit, I'll give you a tour of the museum. The skeleton is of a dragon type. Gee, I wonder which dragon type that is. There's a theory that it had an accident while it was flying around the world, and so it became a fossil. Oh, so it got hit by a meteorite. How much you want to bet a Pokemon was just using Draco Meteor and it got hit with it? Anyways, this rock is amazing. It's a meteorite. Gee, I wonder for what Pokemon. It contains some kind of energy from space. Oh, it's an ordinary old stone. Huh, this is totally not plot relevant. Nope. It was found near the desert. But other than the fact that it's old, it doesn't seem to have any value. We only display it because it's rather pretty to look at. The Pokemon gym is just beyond here. At the end of the gym, a very strong and kind gym leader is waiting. Yeah, she's not very kind, I'll tell you that much. By the way, the gym leader, Lenora, happens to be my wife. I bet she probably treats you badly. Now, who's to say that? Anyways, what did you just say? The gym leader here studies fossils and ancient artifacts. Oh, gee, who would have guessed? I could never tell. Anyways, we can look at all the different exhibits over here. A plate with an unknown script carved into it. A mask that an ancient Pokemon used to wear at a festival. Huh. Foreshadowing for a Pokemon that won't exist for when did this game come out? In 2011 for the US? For a Pokemon that won't exist for another 12 years. That'd be funny if this was a type of Ogerpon mask. That'd be pretty sick, actually. Bones that were once carried as weapons by a certain kind of Pokemon. Gee, wonder which Pokemon. And you dislike Gen 5 so much? I mean, hey, if you like a lot of the Gen 5 Pokemon, Gen 5 has a lot of cool mons. This is a skeletal specimen from a Pokemon that flew around the world. In under 16 hours, you forget that part. Also, dumb shit showing up on my screen again to pause my gameplay. Anyways, let's keep going. It's a fossil of a Pokemon that was protected by a very hard shell. Which one is it? Who's that Pokemon? You guys could never guess. Yeah, I don't like Lenora at all. I hate her. I don't care. And you'll see why as I do the gym battle. A meteor that is a space virus attached to it. If there's a space virus attached to it, should we be next to this right now? Especially this guy. Who knows how long he's been staring at that? He probably has got like a third arm or something. Perhaps there is a Pokemon that came from space along with this meteorite. Fun fact, it's very obvious that this is Deoxys's meteorite used to change its forms, but if you do bring a Deoxys here, like through transfer, outside of hacking, for those of you hackers out there, you can actually change its forms using this meteorite. Later Pokemon games like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire will let you do the same thing, a game where you can actually legitimately obtain Deoxys. An ancient round stone that was buried in the desert. Alright, anyways, let us go inside the gym, the El Gimnasio. A Pokemon gym where a leader waits for a challenger at the back of a museum. It has a great atmosphere, doesn't it? So, I will give this to you. Fresh water. Thanks, man. I've been real parched. Well, you're not wrong about that. Claire is also one of my least favorite gym leaders. Well, yeah, I just like her design, really. All trainers in this gym use normal-type Pokemon. It's just between you and me. Normal types are weak against fire types. Bro, how's that just between you and me? That's a common known fact. I get it as for new players, but still. Around here, fighting-type Pokemon show up around Pinwheel Forest. Now, I will explain about the gym itself. In this Pokemon gym, if you answer questions hidden in books, you can move forward. And for your information, excuse me, the first book is Nice to Meet You, Pokemon. If you don't know where the book is, please ask anyone. Hey, good sir, where is that book? Also, yes, I need you to be my first specimen to train against. I hang around Nacrene City all the time. People call me a bookworm. Nerdy, I'm one to talk. I'll warn you now. I am strong because I spent the entire day either reading books or training Pokemon. I want to make a VGC trainer's joke, but I am, again, one to talk. Anyways, you are challenged by School Kid Carter. And he sends out a pet rat. He's level 17, oh boy. Kisara, come forth. And Rock Smash. Oh, screw you. Speaking of VGC players. Oh, piss off. How do you get 2 detects? Just about I'm gonna wake up slap you. Alright, Bide, one of the... You know what? Bide is one of the worst moves to ever exist, I'll be real. Like, why does it take 3 turns for you to just take hits? Do you realize how tanky you have to be for that to even get slight amounts of use? Whatever. Kisara's level 25. I may be a bookworm, but I am not a bug-type Pokemon. Why haven't we had a bug-type that was a straight-up bookworm yet? Huh. Kisara is evolving. Just so I can absolutely decimate this gym. I really like how the evolution sequence looks in this game, though it's a bit longer compared to other Pokemon games. And Kisara has evolved into a girder. Too bad that's how she stays for the rest of the game, because I can't trade Pokemon. More reasons why I think trade evolutions are kinda dumb. But anyways, with that being said, keep Kisara in the front. Oops, didn't want to do that. Let's keep Kisara in the front until we can get to the gym leader. Alright, anyways, time to read, and not the fun type of reading either. This is the bookshelf for children's books. Does it have anything about children's card games in them? Nice to meet you, Pokemon. Do you want to read this book? It's a fairy tale about a little boy who met a Pokemon for the first time in his life. He is with a small brown Pokemon. That may or may not be foreshadowing to a certain character we know of. Anyways, there is a memo between the pages. Pokemon trainers, I am the gym leader Lenora. I hid 4 memos in this library. Each of them has a question. Can you solve the questions and come find me? Now, this is the first question. What is the first Pokemon you met in this gym? Gee, that's so hard to answer. The hint is on a bookshelf in the middle. Why would I need a hint? Whatever. I get it for game design reasons, but still. Now try to find it. Now, what does this book say? In this bookshelf for children's books. Sweets for Pokemon. Do you want to read this book? It describes delicious sweets made by heating berries in a pot. There are sweets called puffins. They're made from berries in the faraway Sinnoh region, and Pokemon love them. You know, this slightly foreshadows curry and Sword and Shield. You use berries in that too. In a pot, by the way. But anyways, this is not the book you were looking for. Ah, well, I'm very sad now. Hey you, get off the ladder. Hello, trainer. You found a memo already? And you're looking for a book about Pokemon? In fact, I am also reading a book about Pokemon. It's about Tepig. I wonder if the first Pokemon you've met in this gym was Tepig. No, it wasn't. Okay. What was the Pokemon you battled at the entrance of the gym? Here, there's a hint on the bookshelf to the left. Gee, thanks. There's a bookshelf for Pokemon. The biology of Pet Rat. Do you want to read the book? It describes the biology of Pet Rat. They communicate with each other by movement of their tails. A Pet Rat raises its tails when it sees an enemy. There's a memo on the book cover. As I thought, that question was easy. Well, this is the second question. The flames burn inside its body, and it gives off smoke from its head while it runs. Gee, I wonder who that is. What is this book? The hint is somebody may be reading it. Alright, who's reading this? Oh, wait a minute, I bet it's you. What are you so angry for? You found the second memo, and you're looking for a book? What does the memo say? Flames burn inside its body and it gives off smokes from its head while it runs? I'm reading a book about Tepig, but is this the correct answer? Yes, it is. What a pity. The book says about Tepig, it gives off flames from its nostrils. Oh, screw you. Screw you, I ain't reading the rest of that. Anyways, what do you have to say? I see. Oh. Is something going on with Twitch? Hopefully it fixes itself. Did you find the memo and come here to look for this book? Oh yes, the memo says, flames burn inside its body as it gives off, yeah, we already know. Structure of locomotives. This is the book you were looking for? Oh, that's correct. Flames burn inside its body and it gives off smoke from its head while it runs. That's exactly how a locomotive looks. Oh well, I'll let you read this book. But before that, it would be great for my research if we had a Pokemon battle. Alright, fine, let's have a Pokemon battle. Also, may I say this about the female scientists in this game? Man, are they hotties. I'll just say that. Anyways, we're against a Herdier. Alright, go Kisara in her new evolved state. Alright, and this one doesn't have Intimidate. X defense, that's not gonna help you. Plus, my Kisara over here has the Sheer Force ability, which Rock Smash is affected by. So your plus defense means nothing. I've never known anyone so powerful. I don't know what that said. Return a book to a shelf after reading. It's the rule when you read a book in the library specifically, you forget that part. Anyways, this is the bookshelf for general studies. The structure of a locomotive. Do you want to read this book? I suppose I have no other choice. This is a book about locomotives. Flames burn inside its body, and it gives off smoke from its head while it runs by using steam power. There's a memo on the back cover. It's impressive you found this place. That's what I'd expect from a challenger like you. Well, this is the third question. If you heat it up in a pot, it'll be delicious. What is it? What is this? A berry, most likely. The hint is on a back shelf closer to the entrance than here. Gee, I wonder where that is. It must be over here. This is the bookshelf for children's books. Do you want to read that? Yes, you do. We already read most of that. There's a memo on the cover. Did you manage? Yes, they are. Specifically in this game. Well, the other ones in X and Y are pretty decent too. The ones in Sword and Shield are kinda eh. Did you manage to get here without being tricked by the question? Now this is the last question. From this bookshelf, move 2 backwards, 1 to the left. Alright, 2 backwards, 1 to the left. Just gotta remember. And 2 forward, 1 to the right. Oh, for frick's sake. And 1 backwards. Now, where is it? The hint is, find it by yourself. Oh, screw you. Anyways. Pretty sure you just... I'm not memorizing any of that, so let's just say I have to read this. Techniques for Pokemon, I don't really care. If I remember correctly, you had to click on one of these, right? I forgot, actually. So, last memo. Okay, I'll give you the last question. Can you challenge the gym leader if you win against me? Yes, I can. See, that's correct. Well, here we go, trainer. Well, remembering what I did back in elementary school in the 3rd grade, I do remember that the hidden bookcase, or the hidden door, or whatever that Lenore happens to be hiding in, is this bookshelf specifically. Anyways, we're fighting Lydia, the school kid. She sounds like a little poop. And Kisara, go show them your strength. Also, Gerder, I think, has base 105 attack, which is pretty damn high for this point in the game. You know what other Pokemon we encounter at this point in the game that has an absurdly high attack stat? Sock, with base 125. Why? I don't know. A little too early for that time in the game. Base 80 is too high for this point in the game, I'd say, for any Pokemon game for that matter. Aside from maybe the GameCube Pokemon games, but yeah. Huh, that too. Alright, finally the last little pup. Alright, Rock Smash. Sheer Force boosted, super effective. After putting in the multipliers, that's like 90% stronger. Oh wow, I lost, but thanks for that. Well, 90% stronger, that's like 3 times strength, around there, yeah. Because it's super effective. You get the gist. You'll meet the gym leader soon. This is the last book. Now read this last book. What if I don't want to? I have to. This is the bookshelf for Pokemon. The Biology of Tepigger. Do you want to read this book? It describes the biology of Tepigger. Flames burn inside his body, and it gives off flames from its nostrils. When it's not, well, it can give off only smoke. We actually saw that in an anime episode, too. How dare that trainer abuse that poor Tepig that later ended up being with Ash, and becoming a Pignite, not an Emboar, sadly. This is a memo between the pages. You've managed to get here, well done. You seem to have wisdom as well as strength. I look forward to our battle. Gym Leader Lenora. Click! There's a switch under the book. I thought we have it. Oh wait, it's in the bookshelf. I'm being stupid. Anyways, it's gonna move really slowly. The only thing slower than this is Primarina's Oceanic Operetta animation in the Gen 7 games. Nice detail with the books moving, though. That's pretty cool. Wow, a hidden I almost said suitcase. Staircase. Nobody would have ever fucking guessed. Anyways, time to prepare for this battle, because here is going to be my strategy. Lenora uses a Herdier, spoiler alert, and one of the worst Pokemon to ever exist, a Watchog. Now, the Herdier has the Intimidate ability, which we all know is one of the best abilities ever used in Pokemon, especially in competitive play, lowering my attack. So my strategy here is to use my Pignite, that's level 29, by the way, to, Flame Charge, get a speed boost so I outspeed the Watchog later on, I'm guaranteed to outspeed it, and use Work Up after that turn, hopefully take the attacks from Herdier. Anyways, here's the gym leader, one of my least favorite gym leaders to ever exist. And, I mean, I'll admit she's got a pretty decent space under here. I mean, it's gotta be a bit claustrophobic having to hide under a bookcase all day. I mean, I hope she has some sort of escape button under here. But whatever. The bones Lenora is using for research on display. Research on display. But let's save real quick. I know this doesn't matter in a Nuzlocke, but you know what they say. It's good to keep a record. And Pignite's got a high enough defense and HP stat that I think it could take a few hits from Herdier, as long as I'm not going to speak into existence. Anyways, time to fight one of my least favorite gym leaders. Welcome. The director of the Nacrene Museum and the Nacrene Gym Leader is me, Lenora. Well then, Challenger, I'm going to research how you battle with the Pokemon you have so lovingly raised. Alright, we are challenged by the Gym Leader, Lenora. She sends out that Herdier. He's a good boy, or girl in this case. Balsef, go, show them your might. Alright, there's the annoying-ass Intimidate ability. Alright, Flame Charge just so I'm guaranteed to outspeed the Watchog later on. Alright, and then I'm going to use Work Up this turn. Let's see how much Takedown does. It is stat boosted after all. Oh my god, it still did quite a bit. Now that moves us, start seeing what kind of trainer you are. Alright, let's get the workup going. Or actually, even better, Super Potion. I'm okay with that. And just Arm Thrust and we pretty much win from here. This could actually just straight up one shot. Two shots. that crit was unnecessary, but since this is pre-Gen 6, crits do happen more often. I think it's a 6% chance instead of a 4% chance like in later generations. Anyways, time for Watchog. No matter how grim the situation, I use the research. I don't know what you just said. But, Watchog has 2 moves that I was always a little worried about. Crunch, which at this point in the game, Crunch is a very high base power. As well as Retaliate, which if you didn't already know, Retaliate is a move that doubles in power right after a previous Pokemon in your team faints, which is extremely dangerous for this point in the game. As well as Watchog's base 85 attack, which again, as I mentioned earlier, is pretty damn high for this point in the game. Uh-oh, that only hit twice. Okay, good. Oh, I was a little scared there for a second. Also, crits do double damage in this game, so gotta be careful of those. Anyways, down with your annoying ass. My theory about you was correct. You're more than just talented, you're motivated. Yeah, I'm totally motivated. Motivated enough to overlevel just to beat you. And I know, I'll make sure I don't overlevel as much later in the game. Your fighting style is so enchanting, it's charming. You are a Pokemon trainer worthy of receiving this basic badge. Actually, a lot of really good choices there. Aside from Swanna, I kind of agree with a lot of these myself. And I guess aside from Lapert as well. Second badge in our badge case. Speaking of badges, actually. I received the basic badge from Lenora. If you have 2 badges, trade your Pokemon to level 30 will obey you. Here, I also want you to have this TM. Retaliation, which is kinda useless. Well, I wouldn't say useless, but they're kind of hard to use in Nuzlocke, I'd say. Retaliate does a lot more damage if your ally fainted the turn before you use it. If you master the timing, you can defeat even strong opponents. Dear, why did I give him a British accent? I don't know. Dear, come quickly. Team Plasma is threatening to steal some bones. What? What's going on? Spare Bear, you come too. God damn, that woman can run fast. Also, is she wearing heels? How the hell is she running in heels? Anyways, I always wonder that. Do these guys have any special dialogue by any chance? I'm curious. Going through a okay, no, they don't. Does she have anything fun to say? China books? Yeah, nothing. Yeah, your library's getting robbed and you got nothing to say? Okay. Did you hear it? Strange people came charging through the museum. At least one guy has something to say about it. Oh, the gym badge. Congratulations. So the museum. Oh no, what shall we do? Okay, that's immediately pretty funny. Like, it just congratulates you halfway through and then goes, oh no, the gym's in danger. Now you wait, enough fooling around. So you've come, Gym Leader. We, Team Plasma, the most hypocritical team to ever exist, by the way, claim this museum's Dragon Skull in the name of Pokemon Liberation. The damn thing's dead already. What do you mean, liberation? To show you we're serious, we'll steal it right before your eyes. Well, then there's our smokescreen. Plasma! Plasma! God damn it, they used an actual Pokemon move to distort us. That's a relatively old video, I'm pretty sure. What's going on? The hell do you mean what's going on? You know what's going on. Oh, we have to go after them. I mean, first, I kind of want to take the stone. I can't. Whatever. Makes me wonder why they specifically took the skull and not, you know, the entire bones. I guess that's all they could carry at the time. I wonder who this guy is. Good day, Lenora. Find any good fossils lately? Did you not just see Team Plasma? How did you miss them? What? Whatever, bro. This is a surprise visit. Are you suffering from artist block again? That sounded a little rude there. Spare Bear, this is Bert. He may not look like it, but he's Castillo City's gym leader. Geez, spoilers. Just looking for a change of pace. Seems hectic or something around here. What's up? What's up? Someone just walked away with an exhibit. That's what's up. Hey, look who it is. Oh, hi, Spare Bear. What's everybody doing here? Spare Bear, is there some kind of problem? And what the hell were you two doing while I was fighting the gym leader, honestly? And these two are... your friends? I don't have any friends in this game, man. I'm kidding, that's clearly false. Bianca and Sharon? Oh, I see. They're traders. Okay then, let's split up and search. I'll head this way. Everyone? Sharon and Bianca, I want you to stay here at the museum. Break a Spare Bear, you two search Pinwheel Forest. got it, Verg. You show the way. I'm counting on you, everyone. You are Sperber, is it? Are you raring to round up our robbers? Man, what if he just didn't want to help? Whatever. Sperber, take this with you. Oh, hold up a second. Yeah, and I know that's gonna pause the gameplay for a sec. I just had to ban him real fast. Anyways. Alright, and Fennel gave me this dowsing machine to give to you. Hey, neat. Alright, you obtained the dowsing machine. Now, what did she tell me? You could use the dowsing machine to find places where items are hidden, so you can find stuff you can't even see. For now, all we need to do is protect the museum, right? Hey, wait for me! Well, first things first, I want to go heal. We never got our, Wellspring Cave encounter, because I was waiting for a certain encounter that can only be gotten through the dust spots, which I think I know a way to actually get those to activate. Same with rustling glass and rippling water. You gotta take a certain amount of steps in order to do that. Nah, I'd argue Team Aqua and Magma are a bit dumber, but Team Plasma just are really... This version of Team Plasma are a little hypocritical in their ideals, which is why I say they're such hypocrites. But again, discussion for another day, later episode. Well, you know what? Let's deal with the thing over here first. With Team Plasma. And then we could go get our Wellspring Cave encounter. Since I think I know how to get that to activate now. This leads to Pinwheel Forest. If they manage to scuttle off into the forest, we might have trouble. Alright, speaking of, since we're going to head into a new area, as I mentioned in a previous episode, I'm counting this as a separate encounter from the main, from this outer area of Pinwheel Forest. So I'm going to use Elise to weaken any Pokemon that we find. Mostly because she has Fake Out. Anyways, the inner parts of Pinwheel Forest. I love this song, so I'm going to sit here for a sec. Wait, yeah. Let's sit here for a sec so we can listen to the song. This is a really good song. God, I love how serene this song sounds. I remember playing this song out loud through my phone back in high school during a track meet, or a cross-country meet more specifically. And man, is it such a soothing song. I love this song. But anyways, let us keep going what we needs to do. Well, you see, there are two ways out of Pinwheel Forest. The road that goes straight, and the path that winds through the woods. I will take the straight road after them. If they're not there, I'll block the exit. Will you please take the other way and check whether Team Plasma is hiding in there somewhere? You'll run into a lot of trainers, but it's basically a single path. So, I'm sure you won't get lost. Come on, let's do this for Lenore's sake. Why? I don't... that's her museum problem, not mine. Anyways. 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep time with each other. And 1, 2, punch. We discuss what to do before a battle. I mean, you probably shouldn't do that. The enemy will know your plan, but whatever. You're challenged by twins Mayo and May. Creative ass names there, definitely. I say that making fun of a certain other Pokemon character named May that I actually really like, so I apologize to her for that, and anybody out there named May. But to these two, nope. Alright, and also, yes, a double battle. VGC strats. Hehehe, you can't move. And we win. Also forgot to mention Sewaddle, a Pokemon we haven't seen up to this point yet. It's Grass Bug type. Not the best bug type combo. Two of us keep time together. Honestly, I always found it to be sounding serene, mostly because of its melody, that's why. Alright, anyways, let's keep Balsif out of the front for now. Let's put Kisara here. Because we gotta fight this guy sitting over here. You stubborn brat! When I'm through with you, you won't be able to chase us anymore, really? What, is that suggest you're gonna break my legs? Huh? You can't break them legs? Not at all. That sounded kinda cringe. Anyways, Team Plasma Grunt, and we're fighting the Sandile. Sandile doesn't get the Intimidate ability, but I'm pretty sure that's its hit. No, that's one of its secondary abilities. Well, look at that. Speak of the Daredevil. Just like that Lillipup earlier, or that Herdier earlier, this isn't gonna matter. Rock Smash Sheer Force boosted, super effective. And a crit. Well, that's just overkill. Come on, you're just a kid. A kid on an ego trip. Nah, I'm just a really skilled kid, let's just say. Too bad. I haven't got anything. If you want to get it back, you've got to have to look for my associates. Alright, and now it looks like we can get ourselves an encounter. So, aside from the Sawaddle that we saw earlier, there's another encounter here I'd like to get as well. My, could you be looking for something? Maybe I am, and whatever. There's also a bunch of special encounters we can get here too. The elemental monkeys you can actually catch in this area, only through wrestling grass. Well, let's worry about the matter in hand first. Team Plasma Grunt. Alright, Rock Smash him. Oh yeah, you know, you're right about that. That is pretty incompetent of them. Alright, so Hunch, you're sabotaging us because you're flat out jealous of something, I guess. I don't know. I'm jealous of your theme song, that's about it. Sorry, I'm empty-handed. Do I look like the kind of girl to carry a heavy load? Wow, okay then. Better try somewhere else. Excuse me, princess. Alright, so... not only that, but a certain normal type can be found in wrestling grass as well. That's also a Chanty clone, by the way, spoilers. So, you know, let's just run through the grass and see what we get. We don't need to wait for wrestling grass. And Deep's Claws, already have a Pete of. Alright, and you see this Moss Rock over here? It evolves Eevee into Leafeon, that's pretty much all it does. Alright, guess our encounter here is a Sawaddle. Alright, Bug does resist fighting, so let's hope and pray this doesn't do too much damage. I think Rock Smash is stronger since that's affected by... yeah, not nearly enough. Bug Bite, thankfully I don't have a berry. Alright, I don't want to hit it again just for a potential crit, so let's not worry about that. Great Ball, get in here. Alright, Sawaddle is caught. And it's a male Sawaddle. Alright, so as usual, I always name these Pokemon after Tales of characters. So of all the Tales of characters, who should I name this one after? Liverny dresses it in clothes they made for it when it hatched. It hides its head in its hood while it is asleep. Or while it's sleeping. I can't read. Alright, so of all Tales of characters, who should I name you? And what Pokemon will those be? Alright, it might take me a while to think of this one. Well, this one's a male Sawaddle, so I don't think that'd be fitting. But yeah, we can name a Pokemon after her. Alright, besides that, you know what? I got an idea. Let's do this. This will be Chester from Tales of Fantasia. If y'all remember, I named my Venusaur in my Let's Go Eevee Nuzlocke Chester, so in a way Chester returns. Welcome back, Chester. Also, Sawaddle is one of those Pokemon that evolves via friendship, so... which I believe this is one of the games... actually, that's not entirely... this is one of the games where I think evolving via friendship first got a little annoying, at least from my experience. I remember trying to evolve a Chansey way back in elementary school, and it didn't evolve into a Blissey until like level 77. For Christ's sake. But anyways, that's our Pinwheel Forest encounter. Alright, we got ourselves a Super Potion. Now, let's see what this guy wants. I patrol Pinwheel Forest every day. A battle here is a piece of cake. Alright, you're challenged by Pokemon Ranger Forest. Run, Forest, run. Yeah, I know. That's a very, very niche joke, let's just say. Anyways, he sounds out of Herdier. Rock Smash to the face. Also unnecessary crit. Jesus Christ, how many crits have shown up? Anyways, Kisara's level 26. What a huge mistake to lose a battle in Pinwheel Forest, as opposed to losing a battle in Nacrene City. Why is losing a battle in Pinwheel Forest a mistake? Whatever. A ranger always has one of these, I'll give it to you. Get a Chesterberry. Actually, not bad. Not bad at all. The forest is alive. Something strange every day. So it's fun to patrol. Alright, what did I just run into? Connie. Honestly, I would have preferred this being my encounter. Fun fact about Connie, Connie actually has a sprite change in this game's sequel, Pokemon Black and White 2, where it's a bit darker in color. Also, this is before fairy types existed, so it's a pure grass type in this game. And once again, these stupid things keep showing up on my screen. You guys can't see it, but it's really annoying. I'm gonna go down here and get that item. And one other thing about Cottonee and Whimsicott, its evolution, that I used to think when I was in elementary school, I used to think that Whimsicott was a flying type. I think the only reason I thought that is because it can learn moves like Hurricane and Gust. Either that or I'm having like a Mandela effect type moment right now, I don't know. Anyways, we got ourselves a Big Root, which could actually be pretty useful. I wonder if the move Leech Seed is affects Big Root, or Big Root affects the moves like Leech Seed. Big Root's such an underrated item. I really wish more people would use it. Alright, if we get any one of those, I'll nickname them after you. Alright, my Pokemon strong points. You'll see them if you fight. Alright, I'll fight alright. Unintentional rhyme, but I'm going with it. Alright, youngster Nicholas. Alright, Venipede is easy. We have Rock Throw. That does not make contact. Alright, Rock Throw him. Alright, and a Timber. Look at that. This Timber is, what do I call it? It's the little brother to Kisara. Probably, I don't know. Maybe a little cousin, I'm not sure. Feels like there'd be a hidden item right over here. One other gimmick about the Pinwheel Forest is that trainers could potentially hide under these little grass heaps over here, or whatever you want to call them. We got an antidote just in case we get poisoned, which can be very annoying to deal with, which I believe is a trainer over here. A female Pokemon Ranger. Get great... Oh wait, still a country accent. Get great powers drawn from nature without opposing it. That is the strength of ranges. Alright, Pokemon Trainer Audra. With a Pan Sage. Actually, thank you. I've been needing some more Zamazentas, especially for the upcoming VGC regulation. Alright, there's a Leech Seed. Not ideal. I don't really want to see that move. Slap him silly. Fun fact about Wake Up Slap, this move actually does double damage if affected by, if the opponent is affected by sleep. You and your Pokemon make a great team. This is one of the powers I got from nature. You got another Chesterberry. Even the things you can't do alone, if you're with someone else, that's right, we always have Pokemon around us. Isn't that great? Yes, it's very great. Alright, no one's hiding over here. I got that guy's just staring down a log. Just waiting for somebody to walk over there. Okay, for some reason you can go under here, but there's nothing hidden. Weird. Come on, let's take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Excuse me, I thought I was playing Pokemon, not Wii Fit. Inhale, exhale. Alright, next, let our Pokemon fight. Are your Pokemon Ranger Irene? You're challenged by Pokemon Ranger Irene is what I was trying to say before. Sends out a Panpour. Fun fact about Panpour, its head kind of looks like a little flask. Just had to bring that up as well. Rock Smash. Sheer Force boosted, plus stab boosted is going to do quite a bit, though Water Gun isn't the worst. Alright, you are faster than me, so I don't know, let's just throw a rock into your head. And goodbye. I know I'm saying fun fact a lot in this video, but fun fact, to do a Rock Throw is probably one of the worst Gen 1 moves. In this situation, all that comes out is a sigh. Yeah, Rock's throw was like base 60 power in Gen 1 and 65 accuracy for some reason. That is ass. Well, assign this lovely gift for you. A Pitcher Berry. I can actually heal poison in battle if I need to. Different Pokemon can be found in different places. Does that mean there is a perfect place for everyone? Maybe, I don't know. I think there's a hidden item over here, and I was right, a tiny mushroom. Which sell for a decent price of only 250 Pokédollars, but still a price nonetheless. So you made it this far. I'll hold you here so my friends can get away. Yeah, you're not holding me for very long, hope you know that. Alright, just another grunt guy. Alright, and a pat rat. I'm gonna pat him on his head, alright. A slapping him on his head with wake up slap. Our rules and your rules are different. Yep, I'm here to buy time, but if you don't step lively, we're going to get away. Alright, because Kisara over here is a little bit weakened, why don't we put Elise in the front? Alright, just ran into something random. What did I run into? A Swaddle. Don't need to fight a Swaddle. Alright, nothing over here, and yet again. I'm always wondering how high the encounter rate is in this game, and probably in a bunch of older Pokemon games too. Because, god damn, I'm running into so many things so much. Speaking of Venipede, actually, fun fact about Venipede, in Generation 5, its hidden ability was actually Quick Feet. But then, in Generation 6, its hidden ability was Change of Speed Boost, a much better hidden ability. I'm kinda glad they did that. Blend in with the wilderness, and talk to Pokemon with your heart. That is a ranger. Thank you for the safety checks. You're challenged by Miguel, the Pokemon Ranger. And he sends out a Pansear. He can Pansear these Nah, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Alright, time to get 2 free turns off of him pretty much, because Fake Out is just that useful of a move. Alright, fair damage. Pursued, base 60 power now, thanks to Stab. I don't think it's gonna kill, but it's gonna do quite a bit. Incinerate, thankfully I'm now holding a berry, so it doesn't burn it. And you're done, Pansear. Did you feel my wildness? I don't want to feel anything, thank you. I'm sure you can fully utilize this. A Pechaberry. If you blend into the wilderness too well, you won't be noticed by Pokemon, let alone by people. And that is a problem. Alright, that's who you'd like to raid, that's who we shall raid. Later on, though. Alright, no hidden item there. There's rustling grass. I want to go see what that is. Hopefully it's a certain normal type Pokemon that I want to see so I can get some nice experience. Hey, it's a Whimsy Scots. Actually, that would have been really nice as an encounter. I know fairy types don't exist yet, as I mentioned earlier, but man, that would have been so cool. I might as well fight it. And because fairy types don't exist, you take normal damage from my dark type moves. I get a little flinch action going. I could use Torment depending on what moves you try to use. That Taunt would be so much more useful. Mega Drain, that might hurt pretty hard, actually. And not as hard as I thought. Alright, Mega Drain again, I should be able to kill it in the next pursuit. And Prankster. Yeah, this one has Prankster. Too bad I already got my Pinwheel Forest encounter. If y'all see my VGC videos, you know how damn useful Whimsicott is. Especially with Prankster. Alright, what do we have? Grass Knot. Not the most useful TM for this point in the game, I think. But yeah. I mean, if you chose Snivy, I can see it being pretty decently useful. Venipede, I will not be fighting you. Venipede, nah, I'm not gonna say anything. You all could probably fill in the blanks with that joke. Venipede of... Also, I just walked one grass tile and already found another encounter. Why? Okay, really? I'm about 1 second away from just using a repel. Yes, it is, especially in VGC. Oh, now with that being said, because Elisa's quite hurting right now, why don't we put Balsaf in the front for this battle that we're about to do? A pursuer? A kid like you beats some of us? That can't be helped, but I'll take you on now. I was beating some of you guys earlier. Also, you don't know who you mess with, my good sir. You underestimate me. Never underestimate your opponent. You are challenged by a grunt. Fun fact in Pokemon Sun and Moon, for Team Skull, the grunts literally have an argument about how they're all just called Grunt. So, it's not just Team Skull, but any other evil team you can think of that has grunts as team members, all their names are legitimately, canonically, Grunt, which is hilarious. Yeah, probably not. Speaking of Pokemon Platinum, and I think I mentioned this in my main games tier list, if I ever do decide to do a Sinnoh Nuzlocke, it's gonna be in Platinum, not in BDSP. Just want to mention that here. Intimidate, that's not gonna help you, hope you know that. I'ma arm thrust you. Goodbye. Sandal's such a cool Pokemon, you'll see why later on. And Patrat. Bide, not useful at all. Seriously, Bide is such a sucky move. That move really needs to get some buffs. Now it's past the Intimidate. Plasma, if this keeps up, we won't save the Pokemon. Fine, take your stupid skull. You got the Dragon Skull. I wonder which dragon type it possibly could be. So the dream our king had, the dream we had, won't come true? How are you holding up, fellow subject of our king? Golem of the Seven Sages? I'm mortified that the skull, which we went to so much trouble to obtain, was stolen from us so easily. It's not important. We can't afford to abandon the Dragon Skull. According to the results of our research, this is not the legendary Pokemon of which Team Plasma is looking. It is completely unrelated. But we will not allow anyone to disrupt our plans and get away with it. We will fix it, so you never interfere with us again. How exactly will you do that? Oh, sweet! The bug Pokemon were getting all worked up, so here I come. And what do I spy with my little eye? Get it 'cause he's an artist? Okay. This important-looking guy! Are you here to help your friends, whom I defeated? Berg. The others didn't have anything. And who are you supposed to be? Is this guy the big boss? I am one of the 7 sages of Team Plasma. Gets this? Another of the 7 sages, and the main one of the 7 sages, by the way, will liberate Pokemon with words alone. The remainder, excuse me, I can't read again, of the 7 sages have ordered their compatriots to take Pokemon with full force, but the odds are a little against us now. To you, the bug Pokemon user Berg, and the normal type Pokemon user Lenora, I say, know your enemies, know yourself, and you need not fear the results of 100 battles. This time, we shall retreat quietly. Not loudly, okay, note taken. To secure the liberation of Pokemon, we will steal Pokemon from trainers. Even though you are gym leaders, we will not tolerate any further obstruction of you, or from you. In any case, we will settle this someday. Not right now because you're a little bitch. Okay, I get it. I hope you are looking forward to the day as much as I. They're a speedy bunch. What are you planning to do, Berg? Are you going to chase them? No, they're too weak for my taste. I'm kidding. We got back the stolen skull, and if we corner them, there's no telling what they might do. I think that I'll be heading back. Well, now, well, I'll be waiting for you to challenge at Nacrene City's Pokémon Gym. Yes, indeed. I'm certainly looking forward to it. No, you're not. No, you are not. You are going to get smoked, literally. Spare Bear? You're holding the Dragon Skull. You worked so hard to get it back, right? Yeah, no, I totally dropped it. Now you have it. Here you go. Spare Bear, thank you so much. I think that's just calculating the time wrong. With a kind trainer like you taking care of them, the Pokemon with you must be happy. Here's a token of my gratitude. Please use it carefully. You've obtained the Moonstone. I didn't get a Muna, so I don't think I'll be using that anytime soon. This is a Moonstone. Some Pokemon evolve when you use this item on them. Now, I must take the Dragon Skull back to the museum. See you. Take care of yourself. I remember back in elementary school getting that Moonstone and I had a Muna on my team and immediately evolving my Muna. Decent memories. Hey, an item for our troubles. A Miracle Seed, perfect. I can use that on Pansage. Fun fact, we'll be able to evolve Pansage very soon. But that won't be until the next episode. Alright, give us a 20% boost to our Grass-type moves. That's gonna be very useful, actually. Alright, jump over the leap. So let us go back to the Pinwheel Forest. We can take that area as well. Hey, some trainers. Oh, look! This is a gym badge from Shryson City! Oh, you have it too? Then let's have a Pokemon battle. To see who's stronger, I'm the stronger one. I have 2 badges, you only have 1. Yeah, after your first example, I can see what you're talking about. A Woobat, not a good start. Actually, no, that's not true. I have some Pokemon on this team that can handle that decently well. And I should be faster than it. I'm at full HP. I was gonna switch, but you know, no need to. I was gonna switch into Elise, but Elise is already hurting a little bit. We're gonna go back to Wellspring Cave, as I mentioned earlier in the game, or in this episode, that we haven't gotten our encounter there yet. And there's a specific Pokemon there that I really want to get. So I bought a few more repels as well, so we can deal with that. So we don't run into any encounters that I don't want. Alright, and the third and final, Woobat. Woobat is literally just a Zubat clone, let's be honest. It even rhymes, how funny. It's literally Zubat, but more annoying and lamer in every way. It's kind of funny. Impressive. A battle with a gym leader holder to the difference, or whatever she said. It goes by so fast. I get it, I know I can change it, but there's a reason I have the text speed so high, and I guess I have no choice but to fight this guy. Why do Pokemon and people stay together? That's the theme of my research. Alright, you are challenged by school kid Samuel. I know, his name is Sammy, I'm just being funny. Anyways, fighting a Muna. Some people pronounce this Pokemon as Muna for some reason, and I just think that's dumb. It's Muna, quite clearly. And Muna, speaking of Muna, I think Muna's kind of like a Drowsy clone. But definitely better than Drowsy in every way. Anyways, Ballstuff is now level 30, with 101 HP. A ray of light shone, and I feel a little like that. Alright, time to get on moving. Alright, let's heal right over here real fast. Let's go back to Wellspring Cave. Alright, Nacrene City, this is likely the last time we will be here. Well, aside from the return back from Wellspring Cave, that is. Speaking of which, let's put Elise in the front. She will weaken the Pokemon I'm looking to get. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Also, while I'm at it, I'm gonna go to the daycare real quick, because I have Hubert the P-Dove in there, and I want to see how high-leveled he is. Also, dang, I got rich, didn't I? Alright, level 15. And not quite high enough for my liking. If it was like level 20 or some shit, I'd take it out of there. And before we go into the cave, I'm going to use a rappel. Alright, where are my rappels? Are right over here. Time to use. Too bad, unlike this game's sequel, I can't just... The game doesn't ask you if you want to use another one. You gotta go right into your bag and use it all over again. So let's just walk around until we see a dust cloud. Hopefully this doesn't take too long, and hopefully... Oh, look at that! Speak of the Daredevil, please be the Pokemon I'm looking for. Nope, it's an Everstone. Alright, well, let's keep going until we get the encounter that I want. Oh, for Christ. Alright, I might actually have to buy more of these. If so, we're going back to Nacrene City. I remember actually back in elementary school, I used to go to a certain other later cave area we'll see later in the game, specifically the post-game, and just grinding up for dust clouds like this, for certain items that you can also get from these dust clouds. That being the gem items, which I really wish these would show up again in future Pokemon games. I get why, they were kind of broken in competitive play back then, but oh my jeez, that was 100 steps like that already? God damn. I guess I only pronounce it like that because that's how the official pronunciation of that Pokemon's name is. I mean, that's just what I do. Alright, come on, Dust Cloud. There's gotta be one around here somewhere. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. And once again, these run out so quickly. Maybe because I'm so used to using max repels in some of the older games, but still. Alright, come on. There's gotta be a Dust Cloud, and hopefully not one in that area that I literally can't go to. And we're off again. Jeez. Well, since I beat 2 gyms, am I able to buy super repels? I wonder. Since in this game, the more gym leaders you've beaten, the better selection of items you get in the Pokemarts. Instead of at what city you happen to go to, like in some of the older games prior to this one. Again, just wore off. And all I get was a single I almost said bottle cap. A singular dust cloud. Don't know why I keep blanking on my words. Oh, there we go. Ah, god damn it, fire gem. So that will raise the power of the specific type of move that's used by 50%, which is such a huge modifier. In later games, it'll be nerfed to 30%. But what was the point of even doing that if you can't even, you know, use every single item except for the normal gem? Oh, there's something weird on my screen. Let me just X something out real quick. Thank you for your patience. So I don't know what the heck was the point of that, honestly. To just nerf a whole item, but then you don't make them accessible? And by the way, in Generation 6, the only way you can get a normal gem in that entire generation is through a DNT event that you can't even access anymore. So hopefully you don't end up using that normal gem outside of, like, battle facilities, because if you do, you're never getting it back. I know later generations like Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet will make it easier to get said item, but still. But at least you might as well bring back the other gems, too. Because there's some really broken strategies, like Latios with Draco Meteor with Dragon Gem, which was really, really strong. It was basically a one-use choice specs for it, which is really powerful. Or Archeops, oh, for frick's sake. Or Archeops with Acrobatics and Flying Gem, which was really broken too, especially Archeops' really high attack stat. Hey, a Shiny Stone. If we get a Minccino later in the game, we could actually use that. And this is another reason why I kind of like grinding for these. Did this all the time back in elementary school, as I mentioned earlier. Right, come on, we gotta see another dust cloud. There's gotta be one around here somewhere. I honestly kind of hate that I have to run around to get this to show up. I really hope I can get some super repels. This is so infuriating. Alright, once again, gotta use another one. Alright, once we hit 1, I'm gonna leave out of here just to go, buy some more. Will do. Alright, oh, finally, this is the encounter I was looking to get. And it's Drillbur. Bro, I love Drillbur. This Pokemon is so cool. Alright, I kinda don't want to use Fake Out against this. I don't want to accidentally kill it, so... Fake Out might not kill, but I'm not gonna take that risk. But I love this thing. I remember when I first saw this thing back in elementary school, man, I was in awe, caught that thing. I didn't use it on my team back then, but it was such a cool Pokemon when I saw it. Fun fact about Drillbur, it's essentially a Diglett clone, but cooler than Diglett in every goddamn way. Anyways, we caught the Drillbur. And it's a female Drillbur. Our Drillbur, the mole Pokemon. It can dig through the ground at a speed of 30 miles per hour. It could give a car running above ground a good race. I mean, does the person in the car even know there's down there? Whatever. Yep, I love this Pokemon, Drillbur, and y'all know its evolution Excadrill. Excadrill is so good. Alright, so female Tales of character. Who should I name you after? Alright, well, Kisari's already taken, so we're not doing that. I think... You know what? Here's my little mindset for this. We're gonna name this Drillbur Velvet Crow, after Velvet Crow, the main protagonist from Tales of Berseria. Because, not to spoil that game's story, but... Yes, he uses a clay. But after Velvet gets turned into a demon, she gains a giant demonic claw. And hey, what does Drillbur have? A bunch of claws. Or 2 claws. So that's my little thought process there. Velvet Crow, the Drillbur. Welcome to the team, and I think that'll be the last encounter for this episode. Alright, I can get out of here with some repels still intact. Probably gonna be the only time I use repels this entire playthrough. I might be wrong about that, but I don't think so. Like, outside of me just trying to grind for certain items, I guess. But yeah. I remember when I first saw those dust clouds as well back in elementary school, the first item I ever got from them was a dragon gem. Alright, no reason to come up here. And I'm gonna go rearrange the team real quick. Let's put our 2 new team members on the team. Other than that, in the next episode, I'll have Hubert the Pidove on the team instead, and we'll probably evolve him into a Tranquil right afterwards. Just because flying types are going to be pretty useful for the next gym. Alright, let's just heal up real fast and go get our new teammates. I believe in this generation too, if you put your Pokemon in the PC, they actually get fully healed. I believe Generation 8 was the first generation to change that. Scolipede, yeah, I can learn Rollout. It makes sense too. Alright, move the Pokemon. Just as an easier way to deal with that. Alright, Noish the Lillipup. Sorry, but I won't be needing pickup anymore. We need more useful team members. And finally, I can get Rita's annoying ass off the team. I do not like you. Alright, look at the team, looking nice and beautiful. Though 2 grass types and 2 fighting types I'm not really the biggest fan of, I'll be honest. Alright, Elise isn't really going to be all that useful for the next gym, so let's put Kisara on the front. Alright, so let's go back on to Pinwheel Forest. And fun fact about Excadrill, actually, Excadrill is one of the best Pokemon to use in this game for speedrunning, thanks to its amazing typing, and its high attack stat of base 135. Alright, are you a trainer? No, you are not. We could go this way as well, because there's a certain very special Pokemon. Actually, we can't go this way because of this guy. I can feel it, the presence of fierce Pokemon. In other words, we can't go there until, not exactly the post-game, but I think until after the 8th gym. If I apply what I just learned to the battle, I think I can win. That's just called reflecting on what you did, whatever. Alright, school kid Millie. Uses a P-Dove. Alright, go, Kisara. Yeah, Hippowdon can learn Muddy Water. I actually, battled somebody who was using Muddy Water Hippowdon while I was doing some VGC practice. It makes sense for it to learn Muddy Water since most hippos are, you know, in muddy waters. Alright, no fat guy from Purloin. Cool, goodbye. I even won against my teacher, though. Yeah, your teacher's a weak little pansy. I said it. Heh. Alright, and is this hiker gonna battle us? The trees cut on this forest road are a scent from Driftveil City to the world. Alright, I guess that's that with that. Well, that being said, I think I'm going to sit right over here. Let us rearrange ball stuff to the front. We got a few new team members this vid, so that's pretty cool. And why don't we save? Because you know what they say, it's good to keep a record. Yeah, that too. And thanks for watching that video as well. But that'll be it for this edition of the Pokemon Black Nuzlocke. So if y'all enjoyed this and you want to see more, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and follow. Hit one of the videos you see on screen right now, find YouTube, and that bell button for more. I'm gonna give a special thank you to everyone for joining me once again for this wonderful video. And consider answering the question of the day in the link description below and become a YouTube member for $3 a month and a subscriber for $6 a month for wonderful bonuses such as an ad-free experience. Anyways, let us do a raid real fast for those of you on Twitch, and today we shall raid Jadigan. And he's playing Scarlet and Violet, in your room, wavering with love and support. Alright, thank you all for watching. Have a perfect day.